Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled Bride Calls Off Wedding After Groom Fails to Read Newspaper Without Glasses. And guys, this article definitely takes the cake on the picky princess type of woman, okay? No joke, okay? I've done a lot of stories about these very psychotically picky women. I talk about how psychotically picky women are in today's world because they're so entitled thanks to things like the feminist movement and all the attention they get from guys on social media and dating apps, which I tell you guys don't do. Stop liking all those pictures and commenting how hot they are and all that stuff. And I think a lot of you stopped. And OnlyFans and all that. But this takes the cake. So this woman here, as you're going to see in this article, on the day of her wedding, calls off the wedding and ditches the guy because he wears glasses. No joke. And I don't know what kind of glasses he was wearing. Maybe if they were designer glasses, it would have been different. But the point is, you want to talk about psychotically picky. Okay? And it gets even worse, as you're going to see in this article here. But guys, like I talk about all the time how about the sixes. They want the guy that's 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, 6-pack, 6 inches or more down south. And you can usually add in a master's degree or an advanced degree, speaks multiple languages, travel the world and cultures. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And what percentage of guys do you actually think have all those things? Right? Good luck. I'd like to know what that actually would be, let alone getting a guy with 2 of those things or 3 of those things. But she's blown out this guy on the wedding day because the dude wears glasses. I mean, this is psycho. And this story comes from India, and the dude that sent it to me, obviously, he's from India. So I'm going to go through this story, guys. And by the way, bear with me as I'm reading some of these names here because I'll do my best, but a lot of these names I'm not exactly well versed in some of these words from how they're spelled from over in India. So just bear with me here, and I'll probably destroy the words so you guys can have a good laugh at my expense. And my Indian brothers that are watching, you guys can correct me in the comments section, on how this goes. Anyhow, starts off, we have heard of weddings being called off by a woman's family if the groom and his side put forth endless demands. This is obviously coming from India, and this is dealing with arranged marriages. Surely, we too do not support the regressive practice of dowry. For those of you who may not know, dowry is when the bride or the bride's family gives the groom, or maybe even the groom's family, but definitely the groom, either gifts or money or something for marrying their daughter. Okay, I think that is a practice that should certainly be over here, given the fact that how many of these marriages end in divorce and they make out like bandits. That's just me. Anyhow, however, in a recent case reported by Uttar Pradesh's, here we go, Arya, I can't pronounce this, a wedding was called off at the last moment after the groom could not read the newspaper without his glasses on. Yes, you definitely read that right. Because he had glasses, because he couldn't read the newspaper without glasses. That's why it was canceled. You want to talk about psycho here? Here's what happened. The incident came to light from excuse me. The incident came to light from the Araya district after Arjun Singh, a resident of Jampolpur village of Sadar Katwali area, had fixed the marriage of his daughter Archana with Shivam, a resident of Banshi village. Maybe that wasn't so bad. The woman's father chose Shivam as he was a well-educated boy, and soon fixed the date of marriage and began all the preparations. The traditional ceremony of Shagun was also performed before the wedding by gifting the groom a motorcycle, reported by News 18. Okay, so this guy gets a motorcycle out of this. It's interesting because you would think that, well, here in the States, oftentimes you wouldn't think a family would want their son-in-law riding around a motorcycle because he's supposed to be a responsible dad and have kids and all that. They would probably want to give him a minivan or something stupid like that. Which, by the way, guys, any of you married guys that watch me right now, if you are driving minivans, aside from the fact that I want you to slap yourselves for actually buying that vehicle, I want you to get rid of that minivan and buy yourself something a little more masculine. I don't care what your wife says, because I know a lot of guys here that watch me are married. No minivans for you guys or anything that looks like anything remotely like a minivan. Just want to mention that. Goes on. However, things suddenly changed on the day of the wedding. Speaking to the media, the woman's father is quoted as saying, "When the Bharat procession came to the house on June 20th, so this is recent, guys, the groom was constantly seen wearing spectacles the whole time. Oh, God forbid the guy was wearing glasses. I don't know what percentage of the world people have eye products, either glasses or contacts. What gives? The women of the family, including the bride, felt suspicious, guessing his weak eyesight, and then asked the groom, Shivam, to read a Hindi newspaper without his glasses on, which he failed to do. The groom could not see without his glasses on. Learning, thus, the bride refused to marry him. The bride's family, too, unanimously agreed to call off the wedding. On the day of the wedding, because the dude wore glasses. Who gives a shit? Seriously, like I said, you want to talk about being picky here. You know, when the women got together and told him to stop what he was doing and read a newspaper for him, I'd say, kiss my ass. I'm not reading shit. Or how about he tells her to get down on her knees and show him something that she should be doing in the future. He didn't do that. What the hell? Call off the wedding because he wears glasses? This takes the pickiness to a whole new level. But you know what? One has to say, did this guy dodge a bullet? Imagine marrying into that psycho, marrying that psycho and marrying into that psycho's family. What would that be like? So in a way, maybe this is a good thing, huh? Well, it is a good thing because the dude isn't married to this chick, but still, talk about embarrassing. How about the financial aspects to all this? It goes on. The bride's family registers a police case. So to talk about adding insult to injury. A police case was also registered by the bride's family against the groom and his relatives. Allegedly, and I'll point out allegedly, while the groom was not illiterate, he could not read the newspaper because his eyesight was weak. The bride was not okay with marrying someone who had such poor eyesight. What are they looking to have? The perfect kids? The perfect genetic offspring that doesn't have anything wrong whatsoever, including eyesight? Nobody in her family doesn't wear glasses? The bride's family, listen to this. The bride's family also demanded the return of the cash and motorcycle given as a dowry to the groom and the return of all expenses that was spent in the marriage. When the boy side refused, an FIR was lodged at the police station in that location. Oh, hell no. In my opinion, that dude gets to keep that motorcycle, and most certainly, he and his family are not going to pay back any expenses with that wedding. Okay? She chose to be, the bride, and the family chose to be psycho about the whole him wearing glasses thing. So, oh, hell no. And I would imagine that the father, another family member, since it was an arranged marriage, met the dude before and could at least see if the dude wore glasses, if it was such an important priority. Right? So, oh, hell no. He's keeping those glasses, and that money isn't going back. Bullshit. And it says here, now the take on this newspaper says, the MDO take is, and here are the things they say, women today want equality. However, when it comes to marriage, fathers always want a well-qualified and better-earning son-in-law. Well, maybe that's what they want over there. I mean, let's be honest, that's what probably a lot of fathers want for their daughters. But the stupid glasses, what gives? There is nothing wrong in expecting a good lifestyle with your partner. However, calling off a marriage due to a groom's poor eyesight speaks volumes of commitment in the marriage from the woman's side. Yeah, she's psycho. But again, in my view, he dodged a bullet. And, she ought to be happy that this guy actually has to wear glasses and his eyesight obviously isn't the best. You know why? Because whenever inevitably she gets fat, and her boobs start sagging, and she starts getting gray hair up here and down south, this guy's not going to be able to see it, so she can feel a little more comfortable with this. I'm trying to find the silver lining here, but nope. God forbid the guy wears glasses. This just gets crazier and crazier, guys. They go on, it was not a case where the groom cheated the bride or gave false assurances either. Right. One must note how the bride's family willingly gifted cash and a motorcycle to the man when things were fine, but turned around and called it dowry the minute things failed. Like I said, in my opinion, that motorcycle's his. Okay? That motorcycle, that cash, and they certainly shouldn't have to reimburse the bride's family for expenses. That was her deal and their psychotic pickiness of the family. That's why the wedding didn't go through. So whatever it cost for the elephant rental or whatever the hell it was, because I know sometimes they ride in elephants there. I have a friend, she's a doctor. She married a dude from India, and they flew over there and had the wedding, and it was quite a spectacle. And yes, she rode an elephant. So, that's on the family. The bride's family. Also, they said parents of the brides must be held equally responsible. However, sadly, one always sees them as the victims. Exactly. Oh, she's the victim here because he wasn't what she expected. You know, I think the family would have a pretty good idea with their psychotically picky, spoiled brat daughter. I want to know what she looks like. Okay, I looked around the article. I didn't see any pictures of her. I really want to know what she looks like if she's so perfect and deserves the world. And it says here also, society will hail this as women's empowerment. Although if a man would have decided to walk off in a similar situation, he would have been charged with several sections of the women-centric laws. Right, exactly. If the guy did this, if she showed up and he didn't like the way she looked, whatever it may happen to be, maybe she was, in his view, not attractive, overweight, some damn thing, and he called off, well, you know darn well people would be out looking for his head. Right? But if she does it, hey, that's okay. You know, no problem there. But anyhow, guys, just goes to show you, since a vast majority of you guys that follow me are here in the US of A, or at least in North America, the craziness is all over the world. The psychotically high standards and pickiness all over the world. Now, I don't know how old she is, but I know darn well from what I've read before, because I got some fans and some followers from India, and they've told me that generally at a certain point, if women don't get married, that's pretty much it. And so for any of you guys over in India, let me know. Number one, let me know how I pronounce those words. I'm sure I sucked royally, but I'd like to know anyway. Also, let me know what is typically the age your average guy and gal get married for the arranged marriages over there, and what is the age it is for the women over there, where pretty much if they don't get married by this age, that's it. They're kind of toaster in deep shit. I'd like to know about this, because I gotta wonder, is this chick smoking hot? Obviously, the family must have money, so and she's spoiled. So a lot of questions too. I'd like to know the answers to. But anyhow, guys, this is an example. This shit is everywhere. It's crazy. So stay single. And for you married dudes out there, like I said, I'm going back to this minivan thing. Well, it's on my mind. No fucking minivans, okay? I want you to trade that in and get a new car and get something more masculine. I don't care if your kids have to squeeze in the back. No minivans. A dude that gets a minivan, he gets married, he gets a minivan, his as if his balls haven't been clipped already, then they're definitely clipped there getting that minivan. Don't do it, okay? None of these married man-mobiles. No way. So, anyway, that's on my mind. I had to mention that. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.